Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for visiting my Compendium website. My name is Eva Turner. I am researching health, economics, and human rights. A little bit about me. I hold a BA in politics, philosophy, economics, and law from the University of Arizona, along with a minor in Judaic studies and a certificate in Middle Eastern studies. And then I went on to get a master's of science at U of A also in econometrics and quantitative economics. So now I am a part of the Master's of Arts in Social Justice and Human Rights program at ASU. So this compendium kind of came out of my own experiences navigating the healthcare systems. When I was in college, I was diagnosed with a few rare chronic illnesses. Even with the privilege that I hold with a mother who's a physician and a father who's an attorney, um, and the systemic knowledge as well as the financial resources that comes with that, it took years and years and years to figure out what was going on with me, to get things kind of sorted, to be able to live the life that I live now. And it really led me to this key question that drives my compendium, which is how can we make healthcare policy better? How can we make healthcare better? And how can we do it in an economically sustainable way instead of continuing to put legislative band-aids over such a systemic problem? So this is my introduction page. Here you'll see the abstract as well as an about the author. And then if you scroll a little bit, my resume is at the bottom. This lists all of my professional experience as well. I did take a couple of years between my two master's degrees to gain some professional experience. Um, and then moving over at the top, you'll see all the headers as well as all of my research and my resources and references. So going into the research overview, this kind of dives into the different sections that I have a little bit in this compendium as a whole. So we have human rights as a foundation of healthcare, health equity as a human rights imperative, a synthesis that I've created, integrating human rights and economics in policy, and we have an economic analysis of healthcare as a human right. So moving on to the research, this broad page kind of explains what each of the sections are. So talking about the intersections, I have an introduction to the four models of healthcare. These are specifically healthcare health insurance types, as well as a breakdown of the United States structure. My synthesis focuses on healthcare policy in Arizona and the United States broadly. My economic analysis focuses on the Colorado Family Planning Initiative and the returns on investment that Colorado saw after creating this initiative. And then I list some additional policy examples as well, both in Arizona and federally. My focus is on Arizona because I currently work in the government relations field. So I represent physicians at the Arizona State Capitol, working in this kind of healthcare policy in Arizona. It's a lot of fun. It's really interesting. So I'm going to take you through some of these sections really briefly. Um, so let's go into the four healthcare models. This one kind of goes into the different approaches to healthcare internationally. There's the Bismarck model, the Beveridge model, the National Health Insurance model, and the fee-for-service model. The United States and a lot of countries do not neatly fall into these buckets anymore. These buckets were just kind of created as an umbrella to explain the ways that healthcare systems are, but a lot of countries now have kind of picked and chosen things that work best for their populations or for the models that have kind of taken shape in those countries. So, like in the United States, we have a hybrid of employer-sponsored, government-funded, and market-based, so private insurance. And these three models all, I wouldn't say coexist, but they do exist within this space. Um, Moving along to my, oh, not that one, to my economic analysis. So this is an in-depth economic analysis that I did, looking at the years 2013 to 2017 specifically, to kind of break down the ways that this family planning initiative impacted the state of Colorado. So I was looking at both the ways that it impacted pregnancy rates, specifically unwanted teen pregnancy rates, and the ways that it impacted the Colorado economy, because this did have a significant initial investment for the state of Colorado, but it did yield nearly $70 million of savings for the state of Colorado that they were able to then go and reinvest into other places in their state. Um, so I have the objectives, the results, and then if you scroll down, you'll find the entire paper right here with an abstract. I need to thank again the Colorado's health information database. They were super helpful in getting the data that I wanted. They were very kind and very responsive, so I really appreciate all of their help with this. This research has been ongoing since my first master's degree a few years ago. It's really a topic finding sustainable healthcare policy that has some sort of economic ROI has been a huge part of my research. I'm very interested in this topic. This is definitely the meat of the compendium, this research. It's blood, sweat, and tears. I'm very proud of it. Um, it is a long paper, so take a look if you would like. It's 15 pages. Um, and then I also want to highlight these additional policy examples really quick. So I have listed the bill numbers, the sponsors, and very briefly what the bill did. I do want to highlight that this is a very brief, these overviews are very brief overviews. So there are like little logistical, little intricate bits and pieces that have been left out of this. But I do have in the resources and reference page a link to the bills. So you can find these bills on the Arizona Legislative website. That's linked there on my works cited. And then if you scroll down a bit, there are also additional resources, including books, articles, journals, reports, think tanks, all of this kind of good stuff to learn more about this topic if it interests you. And I really hope it does. And thank you again so much for visiting my capstone website and for learning with me. I appreciate it.